Okay, so I've already said you can't record a macro to switch between the two data groups. So how do I write a macro to go between it? Well, it's a little bit easier than you might imagine. First of all, I don't really recommend putting macros into the Visio diagram documents, so I would always go and create myself a new stencil, and this will be saved as a macro enabled stencil, but I'll just leave it as it is for the moment to show you what's going on. So now I can go to the developer tab, and if I go and look at the Visual Basic, I've got my stencil here, which I will be saving in a moment, but I'm going to just do an insert a module. And if I look at that now in this module, all I've got to do now is to write myself a little subroutine. So let's do a public sub switch to DG2, whatever you want to call it. And in there, what we're going to do? Well, first of all, we have to get all of the shapes, which are the person shapes. So let's do dim master person as visio.master. We also need to know the data graphic master that we're going to be applying to that selection. Dim master as that's also a master, but it's a data graphic master. And we're going to create a selection of things. So dim cell as visio.selection. So all I've got to do now is to set my master person equal to the active document masters, and my person master is called that. Okay. I'm also going to require the master for the DG that I want here equals, in this case it's going to be the active document masters, and I think my version 2 one was called dv2. Oh, that's a slightly strange variant of it. Now I'm going to do set my cell equal to the active page dot create a selection, and I'm going to select by master all of them that I get, and I need to pass in that person master. So now I've got a selection there. So if the cell.count is greater than 0, then I've got something. Just do an end if on that. Oh gosh, it's something really complicated here. Cell.dataGraphic is equal to the mast DG. So that is all I need to switch to DG2. So what about DG1? Well, let's just copy that and take out the V2 on that. I just got that DG1. So those are going to enable me to switch between the two. I have got option explicit, which I always like at the top, and you can always do a debug compile to make sure that you haven't got anything written wrong. Right, so now to try and make this work at the same time, as you can see the screen, I'll just move this over here. So if I was just to select within this area now and to run here, switches to VDG2 and go click within there and switch back. And that way you can change the data graphics. And as I mentioned before, that means that all of the data graphics within there will change. Okay.